quite a few commissioners, and they have their little areas, and they represent citizens, and in terms of public safety and transportation and urban design, planning, and all of these kinds of things. So I was at a hearing, and we were just presenting. We weren't asking for anything yet, but we were just presenting how the parking or how the building was developing. And we said, well, we're providing a lot of affordable housing, which means that our revenue on the project is going to be lower than a comparable market rate development. And as a result, because of the finances of the overall development, we need to provide less parking. So we propose to only do one level of parking. There's about, I can't remember the exact number, I think it's 120 residential units, and the zoning requirement was 1 parking space for every 3 units. Well, on one level, we were actually able to comply with that. But we heard from one, the commissioner actually representing this project. He said, we had a hearing, we had lots of questions, and he made a motion and said he would not support the project unless it had at least 2 levels of parking. To significantly exceed the zoning minimum, because he said, well, parking's tough, and lots of neighbors have trouble finding street parking. Well, one of his colleagues on the commission said actually she would refuse to support the project if it had more than 1 level of parking. And it's because I think as a society we're truly changing, well, we're opening up the questions about the role of parking in our urban areas, and I think everybody has a strong opinion. Nobody really knows what's going to happen or what's the best scenario, and there's different strokes for different folks. People who want to bike and walk actually prefer to have less street parking because there's more visibility on the street. You don't get run over because you're zooming past some parked cars, or you can just walk across the street and you don't have to worry about filtering in between the cars or alongside. So we have people who have a certain vision of where they want to live downtown that's more or less car-free or car-light. And you have others who say, no, I want to live here, but I gotta have a car, and I'm going to park on the street. And the more and more residents who come, it's going to make my life difficult, and then I'm not going to want to live here. So everybody has